Hello there. So today I want to talk more about social media and the capitalism and all that stuff. This has probably been my last video on it for a while. I'm just trying to express all my views on it and actually get all the things we can understand about it out there and all the proper analogies and comparisons, everything we could possibly make out there, all the ones I think are important. The reason is not because I like repeating myself, but because I think it's important that we have as much understanding and things that are relatable to people, things that people can understand, to explain things to them as possible. Whenever you're debating something or discussing something with someone, you say something and you make your comparison to something to what you're trying to explain. They don't get it, so you try another thing and another thing. But the more things you have, the more things that someone can maybe understand better, that they can actually understand what you're talking about. So here I want to talk about more making the marriage analogy to capitalism, how Republicans really need to be married more to capitalism. It seems to me, as they call squishy Republicans, it seems to me more Republicans are being what I'll call them squishy Republicans, I guess, or squishy capitalists, trying to get the government to regulate and do things to the social media outlets and these big corporations and all that stuff that 5 minutes ago they're all saying are all good, basically. Not that they're moral, but they overall they do good and they help our society in ways that we could only wish we can do. The fact that provides so many jobs and is able to do all of what they do and provide us with the goods that they provide and all that stuff. This is stuff Republicans have been saying for years on end, and now they're all being like squishy Republicans. And I really think they need to marry capitalism more through thick and thin. That's what it is. Marriage. Get married. It's supposed to be through thick and thin. You go through your ups and downs, whatever it is. It's not the first time I'm using the marriage analogy, but I think it's a good analogy, and I think we should try using it more. So if you're a Republican and you think, well, look how dangerous and powerful and scary these big corporations are, these social media outlets and all that stuff, and we got to get them under control because look at what they're doing. And I hear them arguing, they got Parler. Like, look at this. They tried fighting back. They tried getting Parler. It's like, but like I used the analogy before of the chessboard. Um, it was a little off because there's one thing I was missing on that chessboard. I said that we maybe on the right have a few pawns while the left has a full board a full thing set up for the chess game. The truth of the matter is the right has nothing on their side set up. They're kind of using their pieces. So we got like a few pawns on their side that they're just controlling essentially because it's on their side, but we like somehow have it a little bit, I guess, and they get to control it. It's really their piece. We just happen to like be placed. It's like they have we got the red and the blue, let's say, so there's like a red piece on their side that they get to control, and we think we can control it because it's red, but really they're the ones controlling the piece, and that's what's going on here. So what happened? We thought we have a red, and Parler was actually the color if it was red. So we had our red piece there with Parler and the website, but it's on their side of the board. We don't have a piece. We don't have a side set up. Nothing. So we got to set it up and stop complaining and stop whining and stop trying to say we need to regulate and get rid of this power. That's the key thing. They say this all over. A lot of times people make their arguments. They say things they're saying, but there's something they say that you can read into, and you find the real truth from what they're reading into over a lot of times what they're saying overall. So what they're saying when they're scared is really the big concern here. The stuff they're saying around their fear is really just their reaction to the fear. And when you're reacting to fear, a lot of times you're not acting rationally. And I think that's what's going on here. A lot of people are just not acting rationally, and they're behaving scared. And even in marriage, a lot of times the husband or the wife or whatever it is, they do crazy things, irrational things to one another or whatever it is because of fear, because they're scared of something, so that they might run out of the house and or something, or they might actually accidentally, I don't know, throw something, or I don't know, whatever it may be. It's all, I don't know if marriage is good over here. But whatever it is, at the end of the day, I think through thick and thin, as marriage, you got to actually fight through it. Be for capitalism to hold strong. Now they can hold it against you. Oh, you Republicans are all for capitalism. What about when you were trying to get the government to regulate all those social media platforms that they were running in a capitalist manner? You're going to argue no, they weren't, and then you're just going to be arguing semantics, and you're not really. It's ridiculous. That's not how this fight should be going. That's not how any of this should be going. And I think it's important we understand we on the right should be married to the idea of capitalism more and argue against anyone, even if you respect them or you follow them for all the years like I have. I followed all these Republicans for years, and I think like they're very wise, smart people. I still do. I just think they're wrong over here. And I think we need more people calling them out, not following them and agreeing with them, saying, you guys are wrong. We got to be married to capitalism more. and we got to fight for capitalism as much as possible. And just because it's hurting us now, we don't like that it's hurting us on the right, doesn't mean all of a sudden we should be doing something that's giving the left and the government more power that we already explained is dangerous. This power is something that was expressed from the right as a dangerous thing that we're scared of. So rather than running and running to mommy or daddy or whatever and saying, help, 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 control us, which is really the government, we should be on our own, being the adults, and actually, as a business, using your, like, what? If I open up a business right now, a headphone business, let's say. I open up a headphone business, and I can't make any money because no one wants my headphones. Do I just go run to the government and whine? They got to regulate how much these businesses can sell because I can't make anything? Like, this makes no sense. And because no one can make it, you got to find a way to make it through. I'm going to have to put in the hard work and do what I have to do to make it through. Parler, they didn't do enough. They did something. The left doesn't like them. Those are leftist platforms that they're running on. So the left got rid of them. This that I'm talking to you on is a leftist platform. If they demonetize all my videos and get rid of everything that I'm doing, so be it. I do not have the right to complain if they're not allowing me to function on within their business. You go into a business and you ask the business, can I sell my product in your business? And they say yes, they have the right to allow that. If they say no, they have the right to not allow that. It's really the same thing. And if we're going to apply all these ideals properly to the situation going on, and all these different analogies I'm throwing in there with the chessboard and the marriage and all that stuff, we can really make sense of things better and actually follow through with things better, I think. But it seems, unfortunately, that most of these Republicans, I was hoping they would just say, well, we got to fight through with I thought they'd wake up at some point and realize, this is really not for capitalism. We're not going to get the Biden administration. We don't want that administration to be controlling these things and trying to regulate these things, because they should know. And I don't hear anyone saying this. This blows my mind that no one is saying this. Not Ben Shapiro, not anyone in the Daily Wire, not anyone on Blaze, and not anyone anywhere that I've listened to. There's no one saying that we do not want the Biden administration controlling social media outlets, because what they're going to do with that is even worse than what the social media outlets themselves are doing. They're going to take them and double what they're doing. There isn't going to be a conservative voice to be heard. They're going to have like robots or something feeding into them, making them think there's people there and there's going to be no one on the other end, and you're going to be blocked from the world in the social media outlet from the government. If government has their way, chances are that's what they're going to do to make you think you got people that you're interacting with, and you're really just going to be some dummy interacting with a bunch of robots or something. I don't know. It's much more scary what the government's going to do, the leftist government's going to do with the social media stuff, trying to get the government to regulate anything with this stuff. Even if we had a Republican in office now, even if Trump won, you got to think, well, what if the Democrats win next time? What are they going to do? What do they want to do? Should we trust that they're going to be okay and not actually do all of what they want to do? As far as I can tell, I hear all these people saying Biden administration's not getting his stuff through. They're not going to be able to do half that stuff. I don't know. Obama pretty much got all his stuff through. I don't know what Obama was trying to get through that he didn't get through. And I think the Biden administration could do the same. I don't see why not. I don't think you need Obama to get those things. You just need the insanity and the unethical ways of doing things, as Obama had, to do them. And I believe they have that in spades and are likely to actually get these things through. And if they're likely to get their insane agendas through, that's not part of this, and then you add this as part of their agendas, I don't doubt that they can get whatever agendas they want with the social media through as well. And no Republicans are fighting against this, it seems. And this seems crazy to me. Anyhow, all the best. Like, subscribe, join my Facebook group, America and Values. Thanks for watching.